All right, so just a reminder, if you have a question, you can type it in chat. You can do the little hand thing in the chat as well. Or you can just unmute yourself and say, hey, John, I have a question, and I'll happy to help you out with that, no problem. And if I'm going too fast or anything like that, just let me know and I will try to slow down. This is a bug fix video, so none of this is scripted, right? I do have another project. Oops, stop the video here. I do have another project where I have some of my logic or whatever, but we've kind of gone off of this other project, right? Because we have our own thing now. So if things don't work or they're broken, we will do our best to try to fix those and make them work. But if if that doesn't happen, well, then we will figure it out in the next video. I'm not gonna like harp over it. So what I want to do is we discussed before we started the video some of the bugs we have, or at least I did. And the one is the platform helper text info is kind of wrong when the player has a cube. So I'll demonstrate that now. So if I go and I grab the cube and I bring it to the platform, you can see, hey, you need to bring the cube, and it's red. And this is because we have a outer collision for our player and an inner collision for our cube, but the outer collision it needs to detect when I grab the cube as well. So whenever the cube is in the player collision, then I need to have like a third line of text. So we need to fix that. And then the next one is sort of a design decision. So right now, whenever I walk to the platform, the door is not giving me any helper text. And it's not necessary that I have that helper text, but it just looks nice. And you can see when I get close to the door, here's the helper text that we want to show. All right, so, and then any other bugs we find, hopefully we don't find any more. And then if we have time today, we'll build a wall using geometry. So under place actors, geometry, we'll talk about how to build a wall. So we'll place this wall right here and build a wall for our door. Okay, so first things first, we need to go into bpdoor. So let's go into there. And we have on component begin overlap player collision. That's this outer collision that I was talking about, this bigger collision. Oops, this is the door. I'm sorry, we don't need to be in the door. We need to be in the platform. I stand corrected. Platform, BP platform, my bad. I'm already off script. But the platform has the same thing. It has this outer collision for the player, and that's what we need. So we're looking for that. Let's see, this is companion cube collision, end overlap player collision. Here we are, begin overlap player collision. This is it. This is the one we're looking for. And if we look at our logic, we're checking, this one is checking to see is the player that enters the collision. And then we have another one that says, hey, is the companion cube placed? And this is coming from the game instance. And if I remember correctly, I'm gonna move this out of the way. This is only firing when the companion cube is inside the inner sphere. So let's double check that. So we're gonna go to, here it is, companion cube collision. And we're saying, is companion cube placed? That's true. So yeah, so the companion cube collision is setting it. So we actually need another, we can keep all this logic. I'm gonna move this out of the way. This is the player collision, by the way. But we need another branch. So I hit the B key, or I held down the B key and I left click to make a branch, right? So we need another branch. And this branch is going to check to see if the player is holding the cube while entering the player collision, right? And if that's true, then we're going to do we'll do some helper text to say place cube on platform. And then And then from there, we can, we'll go into all this is cube placed and blah, 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 right? We can do all that. But if they do not have it, then we'll continue with the false stuff of like, hey, you need to go and place it. This one right here, you need to find the companion cube and unlock the door, go find it, that part. So it will no longer be connected here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna say, let's see, what do we need? We need player begin, check in the player. We're gonna grab this true execution, and we're gonna connect it to our branch that we just created. Bring this over here. And we're gonna say, we need a new value on the trace. So we'll probably need it on the player. So let's go to first person character, this blueprint. And if you remember correctly, we created this whole companion cube. It is a player grabbing the cube and right? So actually we can use this. We can say, is player grabbing the cube? And I almost want to say it's another sort of design decision. So if the problem is, or the way I'm thinking is, if the player is holding the cube and inside the collision, right? So if he's holding this cube and he's inside this collision, both of those are true, then I'll give the helper text. That's one way to do it. But the problem is what happens when the player lets go of the cube? Then the helper text is not going to say, or then we're not going to have that true of both the players holding it and they have the cube. So then the helper text will say, hey, go find the cube. Actually, you know what? That might be okay. I'll leave it that way. So yeah, so I think we'll leave it that way. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this Boolean. Is the player holding the cube and are they inside this collision? If those are true, then we'll give the correct helper text. So actually, we don't need to do anything in first person character, except we need to get this value and we need to put it into the platform. So to do that, we're going to need to get a reference to the player character. So we have this get reference. Oh, we already have it. BP first person character. Excellent. So we already have it. So we'll do BP first person character as a getter in our variables list. And from there, we're going to do, what did I call it in first person character? Is player grabbing the cube? So we're looking for that. Is player grabbing? Yes, here it is. This one, get is player grabbing the cube, this Boolean value. And then we'll connect it to our branch like so. And so we're just checking to see, hey, is the player holding the cube? And if so, then we're going to do some helper text. Now, we already built this helper text logic over here, right? And we have this material and all this stuff, but that's okay. We're just going to grab these two guys right here, or these three nodes from previous helper text. So we're going to grab all three of those. So I'm going to do Control-C to copy them. Now that I have them selected, Control-C, Control+C to copy. All right, and I'm going to paste it right here. And stretch out this comment. And now what do we want it to say? We want to say, bring the cube, let's see, companion cube to the platform. Or here, we'll say place the companion cube on the platform. That's better. And green text is fine. No, I don't want it to be green. Let's do yellow. I want to do yellow. Do I have a yellow? Oh, I do have a yellow. Excellent. So just grab it, put it in there, and then our light color, we'll change that, and we'll do it to yellow. And do we want to toggle the light on? Yes, we do. And then we'll connect it to here, like so, and we'll connect our true to here. So now if I'm in the collision and I'm holding on to the companion cube, I should get yellow, yellow light, yellow helper text that says, hey, place a cube on the platform. If I remember correctly, we also have some material stuff too we could do. Yeah, we do. So let's see, what do we want? Particle effects? No, we just want this one. Let's grab this material effect right here. Platform mesh, set material. We're going to Control C and copy that. We're going to go right here, right after our set helper text. Connect that guy up. And we'll connect that guy up like that. And the only problem is that this is set to, I believe we only have red and green. So what we'll do is we'll compile now and we'll save, and we're going to create a yellow. So I'm going to go to my art folder inside my main project, art folder. And you can see I only have a green and a red instance. So I'm going to select my basic toggle underscore material. I'm going to right click it to get this context menu. And then what I'm looking for is create material instance. We're going to create another instance. And I'm going to rename it to basic toggle underscore mat underscore instance, and we're going to name it yellow. And so now I have this new basic toggle underscore mat underscore instance underscore yellow, this new one. And I'm going to double click this guy. And then I'm going to change some of the parameters. The parameter I want to change is obviously the color. It's red right now, and I want it to be yellow. Oops, what did I do wrong? This one, there we go. Red and green. Not blue and green, apparently. And then we can change the glow too if you want to make it like crazy glow. Yeah. How about no glow? That's cool. I like it. And we'll save that. All right, so then we'll go back to our platform. We'll go to where the set material is, and we can do a couple things. We can type it in like I'm doing now, right? Basic toggle, and here it is, yellow. We can do that. That's one way to do it. I can also left click and drag, and you can see as I drag it onto the material block there, it gives me a red green check versus the red no symbol, right? So I can place it like that. Another thing I can do is I can click browse, and then it takes me to the content browser to find it, which is kind of cool, right? Okay, so we'll leave it like that. Moment 0 is fine. Let's see. Helper text, setting the color to yellow, setting the light to yellow, setting the material of the platform to yellow. And then we check to see, is the cube placed? This logic may not work. And the reason being is this logic may not work. And I know a way to fix that. So let's test what we have now. Let's just test what we have now. All right, so we go in, the player steps on into the area and nothing happens. Oh my gosh, why? Oh, because I don't have anything. I don't have anything for the false, right? So it's actually false right now. Player begin overlap, yeah, because I don't have the cube, so I don't have any message for the false. And we'll actually take a look at that. You can see here, see how it's firing. It might be very, very fast, but you know what I could do is I can pause this and we'll go like this. And now this is what's called a breakpoint. And we can see here, see false. And because it's false, I have no connection. Because I have no connection, I'm not getting any message that says, hey, you know, you don't have the cube or anything like that. But let's check the true. So now I'm holding the cube and I walk into the area. Oops, I forgot the breakpoint. And now it's true. Let me remove the breakpoint. My bad. Do it again. So grab the cube, and you need the companion cube to unlock the door to find it. Oh, okay. So what that means is we need to fix this. So what's happening is it's going true. It's setting this information. And then it's going here and it's saying, nope, this is false. It hasn't been placed. And then it's setting this because this is the last thing that happens. This is what we see. So we need to fix this. Let's see. So Toggle doorknob material, that's cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna unconnect this pin right here where it says is companion cube placed. We're gonna unconnect that guy. And what we'll do is we'll drag these down a little bit. And we're gonna connect this false right there. And now it should work a little bit better. Bring this one a little bit closer. This is like no cube placed and no cube in hand. And then this is the, this one over here is, yes, the cube is placed. So this one is cube is placed. And actually we might want to change this. We might have a false of like, go bring the cube. And then this one maybe, nah, we'll leave it like that. Leave it like that. Let's see if that works. So play, I step into the area, you need to go get the cube. That's fine. I grab the cube, place the companion cube on the platform. I place the companion cube on the platform and nothing happens. We'll have to fix that. But of course, when I walk back, oh, let's see, you need the cube to unlock the door. I placed the cube on the thing. Let's see, why is it doing that? We are going to, oh, that's why. I'm no longer holding the cube, right? I'm not holding the cube anymore. So it's saying this message. So we need to fix that. Let's see. What we'll do is we'll grab this is a cube is placed logic right here. We're gonna Control C that one and Control V to paste it. And we're gonna do this guy. So is the companion cube placed? If that's true, then we're not gonna say anything. Actually, we might actually go over here like this. We'll say this guy. So actually I'm gonna double click the line. When I do it, creates this reroute node, and then I can drag that reroute node like this. And I'll double click the line over here too, so we know where that line going. And it's starting to look like spaghetti, which is fine. All right, so player enters a collision. Does the player have the companion cube? Yes. Then we'd say, hey, go place it on the platform. No. Well, has the cube already been placed on the platform? No. Then say, no cube has been placed and you don't have it in your hand, go find it. Yes, the cube has been placed on the platform. Then say, great job, you've done it. Woo. Otherwise, let's see, we don't need this either. Let's see, place the cube, they placed the cube. We don't need this. We can disconnect this guy. And actually, I could probably bring that closer. So we'll fix that in just a second. Let's test it. Let's test this out. Play, step into the thing. You need to get the cube. That makes sense to me. I grab the cube, gives me place the cube on the platform. I place the cube on the platform, and we're going to need to change that in a second. I step out of the collision, step back in, and then the cube, it says what we're supposed to say. That's perfect. And then if I grab the cube, right, it needs to be placed on the platform. And if I have no cube, then it gives me the error, right? So it's looking very close. The only thing we need to fix now is as soon as I place it on the platform, then it needs to give me this message right here. All right, so let's do some cleanup in the blueprint. So let me go back to the blueprint itself. So like I said, I don't need this anymore, so I get rid of that. I'm going to disconnect this node and this connection I have, and I'm going to drag this down a little bit. And for you artists, and I used to be an artist too, it's all about making it look good, man. So connect this guy like that. And this is particle effect, fountain, looks good. All right, compile and save. So that's fixed. Now what we want to do is say, as soon as I place the cube down, you know, give me this message, give me this correct message. So what I could do is I could do a couple things. I could add an event tick, but if you remember in the last class, an event tick to check to see, hey, has he placed it? Has he placed it? Has he placed it? Has he placed it? And checking every single frame. I could do that. I could do an event handler, so like event timer. Yeah, set timer by event. So this is sort of the same thing. I have some sort of event, custom event, right? Blah. And I could do, you know, and we could check every, you know, 0.1 second or whatever. And we're just checking to see, let's do print string here. We check to see if the cube is placed. We could do that. But again, this is every 1 second, every 0.01 second. So this is another way to do it. But again, probably not the best performance way to do it. And so what we could do is we could say, another way to do it is we could say, once this cube is placed, fire off this logic over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a custom event. So I'm going to right click anywhere on the screen here in my event graph, get the context menu. I'm going to type in custom event. And we're going to say cube is placed. That's going to be our custom event. And I'm just going to connect it right here like this guy, right? And then I need another one that says the cube is not placed, right? So they took the cube away. And let's see, so no cube. It depends. We'll do it as we'll actually connect it right here is what we'll do. Actually, you know what we could do? We could just do, we'll disconnect it right here actually. And we'll just run through this logic is what we'll do. So we'll connect it right here like this. No, that won't work because we're checking to see is the player holding the cube. Will that work? Actually, you know what? Let's try it. Let's try it. His cube is placed. We're going to do it like that, right there into this guy. And what we'll do is we'll say, we'll check, is the player holding it? Then we'll give the yellow message. Did the player place the cube? Okay, great. And to give that green message, is the cube not in his hand or her hand? Then give the red message. So we'll do cube, let's see, we'll rename this. I don't like his cube is placed. We'll rename this, do like check cube, not location, is on platform. That might not be the best way to describe it either. Man, making up variable names and function names is like the hardest thing for a programmer to do. Okay, so we'll just leave it like that. Check his cube is on platform. And what we're going to do is we're going to go right here. As soon as I place it, right, on component begin overlap. As soon as I place it, let's see, on component begin overlap. Okay, yeah. Then we'll do this custom event right here. Check cube is on platform. So we'll do check cube is on platform. So we're going to just run that. We're basically running this whole helper text logic again. And we're going to do the same thing for if they pick it up. We're just going to run the helper text logic one more time. Compile and save. And now let's see if that worked. So we'll hit play here. We get the red text, which is perfectly fine. I grab the cube, we get the yellow text, that's great. And then as soon as, oh, see, now I'm in the collision of the companion cube area, but I'm holding the thing. And when I let go of it, dang, it's still not working. And the reason why it's not working is because I've entered the collision. Man, okay, so we need to fix that. That's not going to work the way I thought it would. Darn. We do need to run a check every so often. And then we can do it. What we'll do is, let's see, if they enter the if they leave enter the cube, then we'll run a check until they let go of it. Yeah, let's do it that way. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do event, what is it? Set timer by event, this one right here. So we are gonna run this one, but we're only gonna run it whenever the cube is in the area, in the companion cube collision. So it's still gonna be kind of bad, but it'll only run very little amount of times because we're only checking to see is a cube in this area, and if it is, right, if the cube is in the area, then we'll run that logic. Let's see, we'll check every something like that, every 1/8 of a second. Is that right? That might be too quick. We'll do like this. We'll do like that, and it's going to be looping, and it's going to be a custom event, and we'll just call this do custom event, and we'll call this check cube, like that. That's fine. And then we're just going to connect this guy like that. The other thing we're going to do is just return values. We're going to promote this to a variable. So we'll call this check cube timer event. And we want to turn it off whenever I leave the area. So I'm going to, what we'll do is we'll grab this check cube timer, this one that we just created. We're going to do a getter. We're going to do, what is it? Clear and invalidate timer by handle. So what this does is this starts the timer, and now it's checking every 0.08 of a second, right? And so not every frame, but 0.08 of a second. So it's not too bad. And it's just checking, did the player place it? 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 And once the player places it, it'll still say it once the player places it, right? It's just going to keep checking over and over and over. But then, oh, nope, we don't want it here. This is saying when the cube leaves the area. We don't need it there. We need it when the player leaves the area. So when the player ends overlap, blah, 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 blah. Player leaves platform, reset material, stop particles, leaves platform. Wait a second. Player collision, they enter, reset. Player enters, we turn the light off, we turn the helper text off. Oh yeah. That's fine. We can, and then we'll just do this. That's fine. All right, so now that's better. So now player enters with the companion cube into the companion cube collision. We start the timer to check to see is the cube on the platform. If the cube is on the platform, then we give them credit. And we keep checking the timer. We keep checking it over and over and over until the player leaves the outer collision. Okay, let's see if that works. All right, so player enters collision with no cube. We're getting the error. Good. Player enters a collision with the cube in his hand. He's getting the yellow text. That's good. Player enters the collision with the cube in his hand, yellow text, and enters the companion cube inside the companion cube collision. Now we're running the timer, and we should, when I let go of the cube, get a green. Perfect, right? Because now the companion cube is there. It's still checking the timer. Timer's still running, but that's okay. When we leave, the timer is no longer running, and now we're doing it based off of the event itself. And if I want, I can grab this guy. Oh, I need to enter the. Okay. So we need to fix that too. We need one more timer. What was I doing? Platform, event graph. What we'll do is we'll run this again, like so, just like that. We can get rid of this. And this way now, let's see. And yes, okay. Yep, that looks good. Okay, so now basically what I'm doing is I'm saying if I grab the cube and I leave, this is only going to work when I leave the collision. It's not going to work like I think it is. So that's something we'll have to resolve. The only way to do that really is with a trace, but it's okay. Enter, place it. I'm getting the green. I pick it up. Oh, okay, it's working. That's cool. Oh yeah. It's still doing it because I have not left. And even if I leave, I come back. Okay, yeah, it works. It works. That's cool. Yeah, perfect. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, excellent. It does work like I thought it would. Exciting times. The particle effect system doesn't care though. Boy, that thing is just going to town. Okay, let's fix that particle effect stuff. Okay, what is going on here? Particle effects. Why are you not stopping? Let's see. Cube is placed. Activate particle effects. That's good. Okay, so we need to actually add a deactivate particle effects. Blah, blah, blah. We'll add a deactivate particle effects here. So we're going to grab this NS fountain. We're going to type in deactivate. There it is. This one right there. Boom. Connection. And it's just going to turn it off. Turn off particles. We'll grab these guys, copy, and paste it right here. If the companion cube is not placed right, we're going to turn off those particles. I'm actually going to hold down Control. While holding down Control, I'm going to hover over this pin on the node, and you can see I get a little hand. And I'm going to left click and drag, and now I have this spaghetti noodle, and I can connect it right there. Makes it a little bit easier to manipulate it, so you don't have to run and connect all this and all that. Okay, so now those particles should behave the way we want them to. Let's double check. No particles, looks good. Place the cube. Particles. We stop. No more particles. Place it. Particles. Yay. Turn it off. All the particles stop. It's what we want. It's perfect. Great. That looks great. Uh-oh, what is this going on? Because I've entered the whatever. Okay, cool. So now what we want to do is we want to make the door say the same stuff. Any questions on what I've done so far, by the way? And I rapid fired through that, and I may have gone too fast for some of y'all. Did y'all miss anything? We got it all? I go too fast? And of course, I will add to the Google Drive PowerPoints, pictures to all these. Got some thumbs up. Brandon's on board. Thank you, sir. All right, if you haven't already, make sure you save everything, right? So we will go to File, Save All to save everything. And I'm going to move this companion cube out of the area there, and I'm also going to move our little guy here somewhere like that. It looks better. So now I can mess with the cube a little better. Actually, you know what? I'm going to bring this over. I just want to test stuff. There we go. That's better. Okay, now to fix the door. So we want the door to say the message whenever I step on the platform. So what we could do is we'll go to core bpdoor, and let's look at our event graph. We have event. We have this turn off helper text when layer leaves, player collision set doorknob material, check to see if the command cube, yada, yada, yada. What is this one? Leaving area complete. It's the character. Oh, this is the smaller one. Okay, cool. Okay, so what we want to do is we'll add a custom event that will connect into this. And I'm sorry, it'll connect into this one right here. And maybe we'll also have one here as well. So let's just, we'll right click in the event graph, we'll do custom event. And we'll call this check doorknob, or we'll do start doorknob. Yeah, we'll just do start doorknob. And then we'll do another one up here, custom event. We'll do stop doorknob. And then we'll just connect it like this. And we'll do the same thing for this one like that. And basically what I'm doing is I'm saying, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, did the player enter the platform? Run the same check on the doorknob. When the player leaves the platform, run the same check on the doorknob. Right. So it's basically like the player has done these events too. So we'll go back to our platform, and we need a reference to the door. Do we have that already? We do. We already have a reference to the door. So what we can do now is we can say player has entered the collision, the player collision, and then we will do, right before we do all the checks on the platform itself, we will do the checks on the door. So we're going to grab our door here, and we're going to do, what do we need? What did I call it? Start doorknob, sorry. Start doorknob. And I'm going to hold on control to change this hand so I can grab that noodle, connect it right there. And this one goes like that. And now we can check that and see if that works. So we'll go and I will step on the platform, and I'm getting the helper text over there. So that's good. Oh, but the helper text doesn't go away. Oh, I know why. That's fine. That's okay. And then if I place the platform, I'm getting the green, but the helper text is not right, and that's okay. So we're halfway there. Let's go. We're gonna grab, let's see, what do we need? We need on player end overlap. No, actually we might need this doorknob check on when the cube is placed. We might need that on the cube is placed. Actually, I'm gonna disconnect this guy, and I'm gonna do like that. So not only will it check the platform, but it'll also check the door. And then I need on player end overlap. We need the same door. And we need to do stop doorknob. And again, I'm going to place it before our platform checking. And I'm not 100% sure that's going to work, but we will see. We'll see what happens. All right, let's hit play. I step on the platform, or I step in the area. I'm getting the message. I walk out of the area. The message goes away. So that's good. I grab the cube. I step into the area. Oh, I'm getting the wrong. Is the cube behaving right? I'm getting the wrong message there. You see that's the wrong message. So we might have to fix that. And then when I place the cube, oh, and I'm getting the wrong message there too. That's funny. That's funny. Oh man. Okay. So there's a couple things we gotta fix that door. Man, let's look at the door logic. What are we doing here? We might need to do something a little bit different with the door. is the companion cube placed? That's not what we need to add the same logic. You know what we should do? You know, there's another way to do this, and it's called making a blueprint functions library. But I'm not gonna bore you guys with that. What we'll do instead is, let's see, we have helper text red. We have almost the exact same logic in both the platform and the character. I'm sorry, the platform and the door, both the platform and the door. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to actually just remove this that I just created. I'm going to remove that entirely. And then where's that other one that I created? This one right here, start doorknob and stop doorknob. I'm just going to remove them both. And then I'm going to reconnect this the way I had it. So this is where I was talking about, like, oh, we're going to just try to build some stuff. And if it doesn't work the way we want it to, well, then we will try to do something differently. And this is not necessarily tied to the script, right? There's no script involved here. We're just sort of building off the cuff because that's how we are now. We're at that stage. We're just trying to fix bugs. Okay, so what I want to do is I just want to grab all of this logic. I want this whole thing, but I want it for the door. I want the door to say the same thing or nearly the same thing. So I'm just going to grab all this. Oops, not that part. That's why I die in Daisy, because I grab the wrong stuff and I shoot the wrong things and I axe the wrong people, right? Okay, so grab the stuff. I'm going to do Control C. By the way, this is for player begin overlap on the player collision. File and save. We'll go back to our door. And right here where we're at the player collision, I'm going to disconnect all of this. I'm gonna get rid of these custom events. I don't need those anymore. And move this over a little bit. And more. Grab all this. And you just go over there for now. And this can go over there. That's fine. That's the doorknob stuff. And this is player enters doorknob. Oh, sorry, doors player collision. All right. I'm gonna drag this down a little bit, and I'm gonna hit paste, and then it gives me this error: fix self context set helper text value color and visuals set helper. Do nothing or create matching functions. I am just going to say do nothing, and we'll fix that in just a second. So when I pasted it, now I have like these bugs. I have these bugs, and I'm going to connect this right now like that, and we will fix some of the problems we have. When I hit compile, you'll see it like complaints like, oh, there's so many problems. Okay, so let's see. First thing we need to do is we need to get rid of this. We don't need that anymore. What do we need next? Is player grabbing the cube? We can delete these. We still need to get that. So we're going to grab our first person character from the door, and we're going to do same thing is player grabbing the cube. So that fixes that. Oops. And then connect it right there. We have our game instance companion cube. We have helper text value. We should be able to, yeah, okay. So if this one's complaining and saying, hey, I don't find this variable anywhere, even though it's named the same helper text value, I can right click it and I can say replace helper text value with helper text value. Yes. And now that should fix itself when I recompile. So you can see it went away. That's good. And then helper text green, I don't have that. I only have red and yellow here. Oh no, I have it right here. Helper text green, I'm sorry. So let's fix that. So we'll right click this guy, and actually I should be able to refresh that node. Oh, here it is. Helper text green. Now compile. There we go. That's fixed. Platform mesh. Oh, we're not changing the material of platform mesh. We're changing the material of the doorknob. So we'll grab doorknob and connect it to our target like so. We don't have a particle effect, so we can get rid of that. And we don't player enters enters the doorknob, turns green out. Oh, we don't need that anymore. Get rid of that. Let's see, we don't need this turn off particles anymore, so we can get rid of those. Platform mesh, we can change that to doorknob. And by the way, I'm hitting the delete key whenever I delete those nodes. Okay, so this one, helper text value, we can just replace with helper text value. And helper text red, we can replace with helper text red. So let's compile. Oh, we got some more here. Replace with helper text value, and this one will be replaced with helper text yellow. And platform mesh here, this is going to be doorknob. Doorknob. Looks good. Okay. So now we need to get these functions. So this one is set helper text color and value. So I'm going to go back to the platform. I'm going to go into the set helper text color, value, and visibility. I'm inside that function now, and I am just going to grab all the pieces except for the input. So I'm Control C to copy. I'm going to go to our door, create a new function, call it, what did I call this one? Helper text, blah, blah, blah. Actually, we'll get to that. We'll rename it in just a second. We're just going to Control V to paste this. And then I'm going to go back to the platform. I'm going to hit F2 to select this so I can just copy it. So I'm going to do Control C to copy. Or you can do rename. And then now with all of it selected, Control C to copy it. And then I can go here and I can rename this function to exactly the same. And then what I'm missing is those inputs of helper text value and helper text color. So let's fix that. So this is value and this one is color. And then we'll rename them in the details panel. So I have the input selected, details panel, inputs category, helper text value, and helper text color. Looks good, compile and save. We still got issues, that's okay. I'm gonna connect our flow back up. That all looks good. Still got issues, that's okay. Okay, so what do we need? We need the other one, helper text light. So that's this one right here. I'm gonna do the same thing, Control C to copy, go back to my door, create a new function, paste, connect these guys like so, go back to the platform, F2 to select it, copy the name, F2 to rename this guy, Control V to paste, rename it, go back to the platform. I need the light for new visibility and the new light color from light color. Okay, so new light color, boom, and that one, new visibility. Did I leave it the same? Toggle light. Okay, so this one is going to be, we'll move that one up since it's at the top, and we'll do toggle light. And what did I name the other one? Light color. Let's do light color. File and save. Oh, helper text light. We're missing these. Where is that? Helper text light. Is that a local variable? No. Helper text light. Oh, it's the light. The doorknob doesn't have a light, does it? The doorknob does not have a light. So we actually don't even need this. We don't need this. Go away. Go away. And I'm going to right click this guy. Delete. Make sure I'm in the door. I am in the door. Okay, cool. And then we can actually go to this guy, helper text light color, la, la, la. Go away. Helper text light and color. We don't go away. We don't need that anymore. And then we can connect back our flow, connect this flow up. And we'll get rid of this one too. We don't need that one anymore. Connect up our flow. Okay, almost done. So now you can see the noodles are connected to the wrong pins, right? They're like looking for the pin and they're connected to the old pins. So we're gonna just reconnect them to the new ones and then hold down Alt and left click to remove the old ones. So connect the new one, connect the new one, hold down Alt and left click to remove the old ones. Do the same thing here, Alt and Alt to remove those. And now compile and no more errors. It's magic. All right, so let's see. Player enters the door collision, and then we check to see, is the player holding the cube? And if they are holding the cube, then we say, place the companion cube on the platform. Well, we could change this. We can, because now it's at the door, we can say, go place the companion cube on the platform, right? Because they're not at the platform anymore. They're at the door. And then let's see. Is the player grabbing the companion cube? No. Okay. So then we say, is a companion cube placed? You did it. The companion cube has been placed and the door is unlocked. Now we can leave it like that. I think that's okay. You need the companion cube to unlock the door. Go find it. Yeah, we can leave that text the same too. I think that's okay. All right, let's see. This is a lot of change. Let's see if this works. So I go to the door. You need the companion cube to unlock the door. Go find it. Okay, that's good, right? Now, if I grab the cube and I come into the area, right? Go place the cube on the platform so the player knows what they need to do. And then if I come into here, I should get the same message. Oh no, I'm not getting the same message because we haven't connected that yet, but we will. And then that's not turning yellow, but okay, that's fine. All right, so almost there. Let's go back to our door. So the messages that are coming up are good. And the material color is fine. That's all good. I can actually drag this a little bit closer now. Make it nice and pretty. And I'm running out of time. Okay, so that's good. And then when the player leaves, let's just look at this. So when the player leaves the platform, we remove the helper text and reset the door material, doorknob material. Okay, that's fine. We'll leave that the way that is. Then that's leaving area component. That's fine. This is checking to see if they're in the doorknob collision. What is this? This is getting references. Okay, what is this guy? Rotate doorknobs. This is just opening the door. This is garbage. We can get rid of it. Goodbye. All that hard work gone. Okay, so now we need to create a custom event. So we're going to create a custom event. We're going to call this run door knob logic. And we'll say enter. Well, it's doorknob enter logic like that. And then we'll do another custom event down here. We'll do custom event. We'll run doorknob exit logic. And then we'll just connect it right here like so. And this one right here like so. Compile and save. Go back to the platform. Go back to the event graph. And now we can grab that doorknob, the door, and we could say run doorknob enter logic, this one right there. And then when the player ends overlap, doorknob run play, what is it? Run doorknob exit logic. And then we need to probably connect this guy like this. So it starts there. Looks good. And actually, I don't like how I want a space between enter and logic. So I'm going to go back to the doorknob here, and I am going to type this run doorknob enter logic with the spaces like that, so that Unreal knows what's going on. Doorknob exit logic. Compile and save, and then we go to the platform, and now it looks better, right? Run doorknob enter logic looks much better. Okay, let's see if that works. It should. We go here and I'm getting the message on there. That's good. And when I walk away, it goes away. That's perfect. Where's that platform? I grab the platform, I bring it in, and look, I'm getting a yellow message on the door and the platform. And then when I place it, I get the green message. And when I take it away, yellow for both the door and the platform. So that's good. I want to, yeah, that looks good. And then if I come back over here, you did it. It still says it, right? Just as a little reminder. And then if I press F, the door works. Everything's great. Cool. We fixed the bugs. Woohoo! Okay, so that was pretty fast. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm saying, in this case, we'll add a comment here. We'll say, player either oh my gosh, either enters the player collision at the door, or, oops, I hit the wrong button, or they enter the platform collision, player collision, right? And then we run that logic. And then the same thing over here is like when the player leaves door player collision, or player leaves platform player collision. And that's actually these guys, just those. Right, and if both of those happens, then we obviously would check, blah, 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 and then the same thing over here, blah, 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 right? A lot of blahs. Turn off helper text. Okay. Raise your hand if you're completely lost. And if you're not, give me a thumbs up and we'll continue on. Nice to that. 20 minutes. Lost, but we'll rewatch the video later. Hey, Nick's the only honest one. The only A+ for you, Nick. 1,000 imaginary points, bro. Thank you for being honest. The rest of you guys, awesome. Thank you for giving me a thumbs up. Okay, so let's get out of the blueprint stuff, and we will go to making a door. Sorry, making a wall. So we fixed the bugs. We fixed any of the bugs we found. Let's build a wall. So I'll show you how to do that. It's kind of cool. So I'm closing out of all this. Go into art mode. I am in the main editor here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, in our level that we just created, I'm going to select one of the walls. It doesn't matter which wall you select. And I'm going to hit the delete key to just get rid of it. So the wall is completely gone now. Got lost earlier. Now I'm just listening. That's awesome, man. Sorry, I went too fast. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to build a wall right here so the player can leave. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the floor. So I selected it in the scene, but you can also select it in the world outliner by typing in floor. There it is, floor. And I'm just going to stretch that out a little bit. So we're just going to stretch it out on the, what is this? This is the x-axis. Just like that. And the only reason I'm doing that is so that I can sort of like make this imaginary like goal area. Okay, because the player is going to go through the door and then they fall through the world. We don't want that to happen, right? We want to, so, all right. So with that's done, we're good there. We will do file, save all to save everything. Then we're going to go to our place actors tab, this guy right here, geometry. We're going to select the box brush geometry. Now, the way geometry works is you can, what is it, Shift 4, yeah. So Shift 1 allows you to place it. So you can see I'm placing this geometry around. And this is actually, if any of y'all remember Unreal Tournament and Unreal 3, this is the old BSP stuff. Anyway, Shift 1 allows you to place it. Shift 4 changes you into this editing mode. See, brush editing mode. And now I can do some, it's almost like if you've ever used Maya, this is sort of like the MS Paint version of Maya, right? It has some ability to do some cool things, but it's not like super awesome, like it is in Maya. You can build, like in Maya, I can probably build a shell, not a shelf, some sort of like metal logic to make this do what I wanted to do and not have to deal with this. It's cool to understand where the stuff comes from and how this works. And don't get me wrong, there are people out there that white box this way. Typically nowadays, so I think most people, at least in my experience, have white box through Maya or Max. But we can do this. We're gonna, you need to learn about all of it. All right. So with the edit mode, of course, I can select faces and I can, build it just like you could in Maya and Max. I can grab a vertice and I can do that sort of stuff if I want to. And if there we go. You can grab an edge too, and you can do this stuff, right? So you can totally make whatever shape you want. And in our case, we're just making a wall, right? So I'm going to make this kind of skinny, and then I'm going to go back to Shift-1 to do the place. And I'm going to place it closer to where I want the wall to be. And then do Shift-4 to go back to editing mode. I'm going to select one of the faces here, stretch this guy out, and this guy. And we'll, maybe this is the right height. It needs to be a little bit higher, it looks like, right? Looks good. Just a little bit higher. There we go. Okay, so now you guys are probably like, well, gee golly, John, why can't you just do this? Right? Blah and blah. Well, you can. You absolutely can. You can totally do that. But that's for building a cube, right? And that's what we're doing. This wall is just a cube. But if you are building a unique shape, then of course you need to go into the edit mode. So maybe we're making a cool ramp, and of course these stairs are some sort of ramp. That's kind of cool, but maybe I want a cooler ramp than that. Maybe I want to build a castle or something like that. Anyway, for now we're just going to build a ramp. So obviously I can go in here, I can select an edge, I can bring it down like so, and then I can grab this face if I want, and I can stretch this out. And then maybe I want actually, you know what? Maybe I just want that face. No. Select the face. There we go. Maybe I want that face to be stretched out like this. There we go. That looks cool. And I'll go back to place mode. And now I have this cool, like, whatever, ramp thing. Right? Maybe it's sort of like, we're talking about puzzles. Maybe it's I bet the player can jump it. Maybe not. I don't know. So like the player's like, oh, maybe I could cheat. Oh yeah, see, they can't jump over, right? So it's like gives the illusion. You did stretch the UVs, that's correct, Brandon, but there's a way to fix that. So right, so the little puzzle give the illusion like, yeah, you can get over there, haha, but really you can't. I'll show you how to fix that. So here we're stretching out the UVs, and actually when you white box, you do want to fix the UVs. So Brandon's right, these UVs are completely stretched. What I can do, and I'm still in the place mode, is I can select a face in the place mode. And when I do that, I get the surface properties category. And in there, you can see that, oh, actually, you know what we need to do first? We need to go to the geometry category, select. And we're going to say, in this case, we'll do selecting matching material. And as you can see, it selected both the ones I created. Actually, select all three, right? Because they're all the same material. They're all the same material. Another way I can do that is I can do select matching brush. And what that'll do is it'll select this BSP file or geometry file. And then from there, I can fix UVs by going right here and change this to 1 and this one to 1 and hitting apply, and boom, the UVs are fixed. So well, I guess a couple extra steps, but yeah, you were right, it does do that. Okay, so another thing about BSPs is we can cut holes into it. So we have another BSP file I grabbed here, and I am going to sort of shape it. And I'm just gonna use the scale this time. Shape it the way the door is. It's a little bit a little bit too high, so I'm going to go a little bit lower and a little bit wider, something like that. That looks good. And then we will push it into the wall. Actually, I'm going to go, I want it to go through the wall on both sides like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to I have that object selected, details panel, brush settings, brush type, and you can see here it says additive. I'm going to change that to subtractive. When I do, I create a hole in the wall. That's pretty cool, right? Now, you got to understand that, let me go back to my notepad here. You have to understand that the way this additive system works is it stacks on top of each other. So what I mean by that is right now, this wall that we placed is, let's say, wall 1, right? And this wall we placed is wall 2. And the subtractive wall that we created, let me get rid of this 4 and we'll go back to where box brush 3. That piece we created, we'll call that wall 3. Okay. Now, because wall 3 is higher in the stack, and it looks sort of like this. Actually, it sort of looks like this, where we place wall 1, then we place wall 2, and then we place wall 3. So because wall 3 is higher in the stack, oh my gosh, I just deleted all of that, didn't I? Wall 3, I can cut a hole in wall 2 and in wall 1. Do you see that? I can cut it in both of them because it's the highest one in the stack. However, I can, if I place a 4th wall, you'll notice that that one is not getting cut, right? And it's because it is wall 4, right? It's higher in the stack than wall 3, right? And so wall 3 is not cutting into wall 4. There is a way to change that. Let me see. I don't remember exactly where it is, to be honest. Where you could say, hey, bring it down to the lowest stack. Let's see. I don't remember exactly where that is, but I believe there's a way to do that. And you'll have to forgive me because I don't know everything about the editor. Darn, right? But there is a way to lower it. Let me see. Box brush, right click, edit, level. No. Okay, well, I don't know. I will have to figure that out and get back to you guys. But anyway, you just need to understand that, like, why is it not cutting a hole in this one? It's because it's higher level. And so what I'm actually going to do is now I'm going to build, like, what do you call it, the door frame. And I am not the best modeler anymore, so you have to forgive me. And I'm going to hold down Alt and drag that guy like that. And then I'm hold down Alt and drag this one. And what Alt does is it duplicates it for us. Isn't that nice? And this needs to be higher. Let's see. And actually, I'm going to grab the door and we're going to push the door in there so we can actually see what it looks like. That looks okay. Let's make sure the player can fit through there. And we'll have to fix the UVs. Oh, we also need to fix that. That's okay. We'll bring the door a little bit more forward. Come forward. There we go. Come on. Maybe I can escape going this way. Right? Okay, no, that doesn't work. And then we bring the platform, blah, 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 blah. I have a weird bug going on right there where it is not, I think it's this first person, blah, blah, blah. It's messing me up. All right. Oh, there's a gap in the door. I saw it. Okay, we need to fix that. Yay. All right. So that's it. That's how you build, the wall and the door and all that. Pretty easy. Actually, that is snapping a little too much. We'll change it to 5. And that looks good. And there's a gap right here too. I can see it. Perfect. You know what I want to do? I want to do one more bug fix. We're going to go to player, and I'm going to go to the grab handle, and I think it's just a little low. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. And hit play now. Now it shouldn't complain. Yeah, it's not complaining now. Oh no, it's still. Why are you complaining? It's like weirdly complaining. Not wanting me to go. Maybe first person character. Oh, it's probably hitting the collision. Let's bring it a little bit forward, and that'll probably fix that weird bug I have. There we go. Now it's working. Ha 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 ha. Excellent. Place. Perfect. And then I can leave. Great. Woohoo! See you later. Okay, so that's it. That is the whole midterm. That is our Portal game made, and of course, like the Portal has so much more puzzle elements behind it. But yeah, that's it, man. And so what we'll do on Thursday is I will show you how to make a fresh level so that you can create the door. Like probably can leave the door the way it is, but you can change the map and make a puzzle out of it, right? Make some sort of puzzle, and maybe you want to like play a little bit of Portal to figure out how they've done some of the stuff. Of course, we don't have the gravity gun, right, or the portal gun. Unfortunately, that requires a lot more logic that we don't have time for. But the idea of setting up a companion cube and placing it onto a platform to open a door is all there. Any questions, comments, concerns? I charge 25 cents a question. Just kidding. All right, guys. If there's nothing else, then I will see y'all guys Thursday, and I will do my best to post this video right away. You guys have a good
day.
Bye.
All right,
Awesome.
you
Thank
too.
you.